Okay, welcome back to the Downtown Den. I'm delighted to be joined today by Steven Hesketh, who's the Chief Executive of Savvy Hotels. Also launched a really exciting dynamic brand recently, Hospitality Hero. And we're here today to talk about a conference that Steven is organising on the 15th of November, Hilton Hotel Liverpool, The Art of Hospitality. Steven, welcome into the Downtown Den.
Great to be here. Thanks for having us, Frank.
And tell us about this conference.
So this conference is all about understanding the art of hospitality for all of us. It doesn't matter what your business is, whether you're an accountant, a surveyor, it really doesn't matter. It's not all about hospitality businesses, albeit they will massively benefit. But we will take our time through a collection of great speakers. We've got a really good lineup to actually talk about hospitality and business and how it links, and actually whether you're entertaining guests, where you take your guests for events, etc., really shows and represents how you perform as a business. So there's numerous ways of looking at what the content is, but we will talk heavily about the art of surprise, the art of an experience. And we all know when we're out in business, actually what wows our guests is how we create a wow experience for them. And this is what the conference will go into a bit more detail in relation to. Regardless of your business, how do you display great hospitality and great experiences so they keep coming back to you regardless of what type of business you're in?
It's a really interesting concept, and we'll just take it beyond the hospitality sector piece, because obviously those people will inevitably be drawn to the conference given its name. But you're talking also about people, companies who invest heavily in business development and developing relationships. And that is something that strikes me as massively important to businesses these days, because there is so much out there. And therefore, you can get lost a little bit in the noise, and you can get lost into, you get invited to all sorts of things these days. So you're saying this conference will give hints, give clues, give tips as to how you, as you say, give it that wow factor.
I think we all need to understand that post-COVID, etc., certainly this next generation come in, we have really began to feel the effects of people not socializing and people not networking. And actually, to me, when you talk about networking and socializing, it's all hospitality. You and I having a conversation is a part of hospitality, because we're building up a relationship. Me being here today, the fact you've given me water and all this type of stuff, it's all part of me understanding how downtown works. And actually, I don't think we give that enough in most of our businesses, that actually from the minute we step to the front door, the smell, the visual touch, the feel, the sentiment, how we feel when we approach and deal with people is what hospitality is to me. And this conference will really sort of take its time to go into a bit of that detail. So whilst we've got some chefs and whilst we've got hotel GMs, etc., and some restaurant managers on the panels, etc., it's actually them talking about how they deliver the art of hospitality and how it is cross-sector, and how it's actually what they're doing to show these new kids, actually, don't be afraid. You should be really proud of what you're delivering, what you're putting on the plate, what you're putting in front of people. And first and foremost, actually making them feel welcome, because so many places get that wrong.
Yeah.
And I say that not just for hospitality, for businesses. Yeah. Your receptionists are miserable. You failed from the start. That could have lost you a massive piece of business. So we really, as UK PLC, we've got to reflect on, actually from start to finish, that business journey. How welcoming are we? And we're not doing it particularly well. And actually, that's why I've become very, very busy very, very quickly, because there's a lot of people out there saying, Steve, actually, will you come in and give us a hand? We really do need to help. We really do need to look at this.
Yeah, and I think, of all the industry sectors that have been challenged in recent times, which is virtually all of them, hospitality did take an absolute kicking through the pandemic. Brexit then had an impact on recruitment. Pandemic obviously had an impact on recruitment as well. So the conference be dealing with some of those challenges?
100%. I mean, there's a little part of the conference that we're teeing up on just talking about hospitality specifically obviously being the art of hospitality. And that will just take some time to sort of reflect on, there's a part, you've just seen this amazing new TV show, Boiling Point, go out there, etc. But actually, whilst it's fantastic and it does give a reflection of hospitality, it's not a true reflection on hospitality all the time, because actually it's painting a picture that we flog everyone to death, they're under the cosh all the time. And again, it's not like that. Actually, the industry has come on leaps and bounds on better pay, better staff facilities, better welfare, better mental health support, etc. So many really good businesses out there now that are high street chains and hotel groups, etc., have come such a long way. And the staff are at the forefront of what they do, and they really do look after the staff. So we have a bit of a persona that we still, I don't think we've done a good enough job yet to still educate parents and students that actually long gone are the days of 80-hour weeks and £5 an hour and all this type of stuff. We've got some really credible employers out there, and actually we should be spouting from the hills. And sometimes I feel shows like this actually just put us not in a bad light, because that, I understand it's entertainment to some degree.
Drama, yeah.
But at the same time, it doesn't take much for it to affect people to go, don't become a chef, you'll be under the cosh all the time. And actually, some of these chefs are creating masterpieces and absolutely doing a roaring trade, because they're passionate and delivering educational stuff from nutrition to calories and all this type. It's an education and an experience now when you're going out for meals. So there's a bit of an education piece around that as well.
So beyond the conference, and we're going to do a lot more work around the Hospitality Hero brand in the new year, but give me a brief synopsis of what motivated you to set up this new brand that, as I say, we're going to be doing a lot of work around in 2024.
Yeah, I mean, Hospitality Hero for me, there's a lot of work in hospitality around a lot of government problems, VAT, business rates, all this type of stuff. And I really feel that there's a bit of a niche market out there where we've really got to start focusing a little bit more on people and place. And actually, we underestimate, certainly in the UK, almost more than anywhere else in the world, we underestimate how hospitality is a game changer for any city, any town. It's a place where people meet, people have experiences. It's affecting people's mental health. If you've got somewhere nice to go where you can sit and talk with your friends. And, I did a talk recently, and I was just saying, for two mums to go and have a coffee and connect and talk about the baby's kept me up all night, it's a sanity check for them. It's important. So I'm a little bit more about the emotional side of hospitality and really getting people to understand that it's a game changer. It's a game changer for the UK. We're about to head into winter. We'll all be locked up 4 PM till 8 AM in total darkness. So we've got to push ourselves to go out and frequent these places. And whether it is a coffee, whether it's a beer, whether it's a glass of wine, it's part of our de-stress. It's a part of life, and it's a crucial part of life. And I don't think we're given enough credit for the well-being that actually hospitality venues bring to all of us. So I'm really passionate about that. And part 2 is actually all about this education and training. And, COVID has affected a generation. I do honestly believe that. And we just need to give them that little bit of extras to support, to say, do you know what? We can talk to one another. Don't be afraid to ask a question if you don't know the answers, and really give kids the confidence to, push their chest out and actually be confident to talk. Because that's, for me, my big worry is, and I've got, teenage kids, going into early 20s, and you want them to be confident. Confidence is everything. From being an entrepreneur to setting up your business, to even working for big blue chip companies. If you aren't confident and actually showing some initiative, showing some desire and some capability, you're not going to get very far in life. So there's a lot of work around actually through hospitality, because we are a people-facing industry. We should lead the way in actually helping those younger kids flourish and actually bring out their personalities. And I see it all the time. Over the years, I've worked with kids with all sorts of badges, from NEET and dyslexic and all this type of stuff, and actually get them, teach them, show them in a very hands-on approach, and they take to it like a duck to water. It's that education piece, and actually getting the parents to understand there's a career to be had there. You've actually just got to encourage. It's a huge deal.
And we'll be looking at an awful lot more of the Hospitality Hero and the work that it's going to undertake, as I say, from January next year. But in the meantime, if people want to book tickets for the Art of Hospitality, where do they go?
So the Art of Hospitality event, I mean, it's all over my LinkedIn and socials, etc. But also there's a link on the hospitalityhero.com. So by all means, jump on there and book. And it's also up on Eventbrite as well.
Fantastic. It's going to be a great day. It's the 15th of November at the Hilton Hotel, Liverpool. Great to be with you, Steven. Thanks for coming into the Downtown Den.
Much appreciated. Looking forward to seeing everybody there.
Brilliant. See you again soon.